Hello, my name is Phil Larkin, and I am the co-chair of the Scientific Committee for the 2026 20th EAPC World Congress, which will be held in Prague. This short video is to talk to you about the EAPC Researcher Awards. These awards are open to anyone from any country, and there are three awards that you are eligible to apply for. The first is the Early Researcher Award, the second is the Postdoctoral Award, and the third is the Clinical Impact Award. Each of these have slightly different conditions, so I'm going to talk to you about those for a few moments, give you some information on how to make your application and the deadlines for the submission. All the information will be available on the EAPC website, which is going to be launched very shortly. The Early Researcher Award is looking for somebody who holds a higher degree, such as a PhD or equivalent, and has obtained that within the last 3 years. Somebody who is at the beginning of their career or perhaps has had some research success with some funding and publications, but is probably not already in a leadership position. The postdoctoral award is also requiring somebody who has a PhD or equivalent, but has got evidence of having performed independent research and has demonstrated that evidence through publications, citations, and dissemination activities. And usually this person will have got their PhD within the last 9 years. The Clinical Impact Award, as it says, is for somebody who is working in a clinical position. They should hold a clinical qualification in any discipline related to palliative care, and they should be involved in palliative care through research, and that research could be on clinical impact, clinical practice, public advocacy, or education. And again, it's expected that this person would have been working in the field for at least 9 years. The 9 years might seem a little strange, but we do take into account things like time out from work through sickness, or if you've had to take compassionate leave or carer leave, and of course, maternity and parental leave. All of these are taken into consideration by the judging panel. There are two ways to make an application. You can either nominate yourself, or a peer or a mentor or supervisor can nominate you. If you choose to nominate yourself, you will need to submit a CV of no more than 5 pages in length, highlighting the key achievements of your career, plus a 2-page personal statement as to why you believe you should be considered for a particular award. If you are nominating somebody, again, you will need to submit their CV and a letter of recommendation as to why you are recommending them. But please make sure that the person that you're putting forward for the award is made aware of that. The closing date for applications is 23:45 Central European Time, CET, on the 18th of January 2026. I'll repeat that. The closing date for all applications is 23:45 Central European Time on the 18th of January 2026. Now, depending on the award that you're applying for, as I said, there are some differences in requirements. For the Early Researcher and the Postdoctoral Award, you will need to present some metrics about your performance. For example, how many papers you have, are they listed in Scopus, do you have a H index and what it is, the number of citations that you have, if you have grant funding and when and how that was awarded, and any other notable awards or achievements that you feel that you have. Your personal statements should focus very much on your skills and interest as a palliative care researcher, evidence of your professional development, for example, the work that you've taken within a team and independently. If you're particularly going for the postdoctoral award, the independence of research is quite important. And if there are any gaps in your CV, as I mentioned earlier, why they may have happened. I also want to make the point now that if you are one of the successful candidates, then you are invited to give a lecture in English at the EAPC Congress. So please make sure that if you're going to apply, that you would be able to attend the Congress and give a lecture in May next year. There is only one award winner for each category. And when the submissions are made, the scientific committee will look at all the possible applications. They will consider the prize winners and invite them to give their session at the EAPC. You will be informed in advance, of course, by the Congress organisers, and the EAPC will cover your registration fees for each award winner. The assessment panel will look at, for example, your education, your current position and responsibilities. It'll look at the prizes and other esteem indicators that say that you're a person who is developing their career or certainly creating a new focus within research. Your publications, and particularly for the clinical aspect, how your clinical work has made an impact, either through policy or practice. So that would be an important element for the clinical award applicants to show in their documentation. I've already told you that the closing date is the 18th of January. Once that has happened, there will be a review by the scientific committee of all the applications. And by the second week of February, we will have a decision-making meeting to see who the applicants will be. At that point, you will be informed of the outcome and the award winners will be given further information on their presentation. But you will be at that point asked for a title, a biography, and an abstract. The award winners, as I said, are invited to come and present at the Congress. So the scientific committee invite you to make your applications. We hope that you will take our offer in the spirit of research collaboration, research development. We look forward to reading your applications, and we look forward to seeing the award winners, the 2026 award winners in Prague next year. Thank you very much and good luck.